What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Today we're coming to you from the Shopify HQ with an SC Evo game between Scarlett and ByuN. It's going to be a best of 3, and they're going to have 2 Brood War lives and 1 Starcraft 2 live. We're going to have Harstem and me casting, and we're going to have TLO observing. So it's an all-star cast for this. Let's get straight to it. But in the top right, we have Scarlett playing Brood War Toss, by the looks of things, against ByuN in the bottom left, playing Brood War Terran, right?
Yeah. The fun fact is that these SCVs, they move very quick. They buffed the mining of the Brood War a little bit, because Brood War was a tiny tad weaker. They of course also don't have any of the macro mechanics that Starcraft has. You know that you can scan in Brood War, but you need to make a structure on the right side. So if you spawn on the top, it builds in your mineral line. Yeah. I'm not sure if that's the case in actual Brood War 2. Yeah, it is. That's really stupid.
Wait, you couldn't pick where to put the add-ons in Brood War?
No.
But you could micro the larva or something, right?
There was some tricks to like move the lava around, yeah.
Yeah, the funny thing is we have 2 people casting here that never played Brood War in their lives, so we have no clue what's going on. This is a very new experience for us as well. ByuN opting for a very, very late CC, so he must be doing some damage at least with this. Because Scarlett's Nexus is done now, pretty much.
Yeah.
And she's making Reavers, which are the little caterpillars with the big explosions, right?
Yeah. And she already got a shuttle as well. This is very common in...
You need something to build observers.
Observer Bay, I think it's called, or something. It's so stupid. It's actually insane. I played this against Grubby. I was getting DT rushed. I was like, why can't I build it? I was like, Observer Bay is what it is. Okay, so we see some Dragoons. You also have a range upgrade for the Dragoon. I guess this is the shuttle speed upgrade as well, coming in over here. And then it's really scary to move out, because once vultures get in a mineral line, they absolutely destroy them. Now the mines, they can't target probes, but they'll target absolutely everything else. And the auto attack of the vulture is also really good against workers. So something you really need to be careful about. Can you fit 4 in a freaking dropship? That's insane. Of course, this bad boy can't actually boost in like the medevac can. Makes you think, how good is the medevac really? Can heal, it can boost.
You know what it makes me think? How the hell did we lose anything to drops before the medevac had the boost? Because in Wings of Liberty it also couldn't boost.
True.
Like, we must have been pretty bad.
Here they go. The bad boys. They kill stuff so fast.
Oh, this is looking rough. Scarlett is pulling the probes. She gets a couple of mines before they burrow, but now the mines do burrow and they start shooting. 7 probes go down. ByuN also trading away some of the vultures against extra probes. Can he even escape with the dropship? At the same time, the Reaver drop comes in, but perfect pre-split. Only gets a single marine, and I think those also cost stuff, right?
It's like 25 or 15 or something.
Yeah, so it's still efficient theoretically to kill a marine with it. Oh, that was a good shot. 3 workers go down only for the 11, and the War Prism, the Protoss shuttle also goes down. So overall, a successful start for ByuN, I would say. But does he even have a SEC yet?
Oh,
an extra one.
He's one basing, isn't he?
He is one basing, so he actually needs to deal the damage. Yes, Scarlett's still up in workers.
So we have a couple more of these mines coming down in the natural. Dragoons are targeting them down. And now, what does he target here? Just more workers? I guess that's the best. Gets 1 more mine. Scarlett's target fire is pretty good there. Not really taking any damage. The probes continue mining. 5 workers end up falling here. That's not going to be the end of the world. As ByuN, I think, is actually just going to 1 base all in. He has these little flying dudes. I forgot their names, but they're really cool. Oh, that's a 6 surround. Almost.
Yeah, that's a good surround. He's gonna get both of the Dragoons at the natural, but there's a new Reaver in town. And ByuN is gonna see it in a little bit. As he's harassing, I think those are called Draves. If I'm not mistaken, they're harassing the main base. They're kind of like Banshees. At least it looks like that too. They shoot so slow.
No damage. God, these guys are pathetic. Banshees are such an upgrade. Holy crap. Look at this. It's a tiny little gun. What a loser. Do we have we have a CC on the way now, right? Is it almost done? Okay, halfway. This has been super aggressive. 25 workers to 27. So many workers have gone down. How many have gone down in total, Dario? Control R.
28.
Wow.
And Scarlett is still up in workers. And there's no mules. Keep that in mind. So Scarlett is actually actively outmining the Terran.
What a macro machine.
A macro machine. It also has to be said that in Brood War, mech was normal, right, against Protoss?
Yeah. Very the standard. Bio I think is unplayable because of Storm, if I'm not mistaken. And also maybe just because of Reaver, I have no clue. Either way, we have more harass. This was pretty bad, losing 4 vultures for 3 workers. It's not ideal. We once again have a Reaver shuttle across the map. Gonna take out a couple of these SCVs, maybe a Marine here or there. Did he pick it up? Oh!
What? How does that... Okay, I have never seen that unit, so you have to explain to me how that shot traveled so long.
I think
do you click it on a unit or do you click it on the ground?
You click it on a unit.
I think it wanted to go for the one in the dropship, but when that got picked up, it was like I still need to do something. It looked really weird though. Oh!
She loses it. It was dead anyways though, because the Wraith was gonna kill the shuttle.
Well, was it? Wraith's pretty freaking terrible.
What?
Okay.
I mean, there's no recall, so...
Ah, true.
What is the shuttle called from Protoss? War Prism?
Shuttle.
Shuttle? They're just all okay. Okay.
That is called a dropship, no?
This is called a drop.
Yeah, this is a
Dropship,
drop.
shuttle. Yeah. Oh, they have good names. You are trying to make fun of the Brood War names. Oh.
Yeah, but they can just drop and can do nothing else, right?
Yeah, they're pointless. Yeah. Is ByuN just gonna move across with tanks? Tanks are only 2 supply, by the way. Fun fact.
That is a fun fact. 2 Dragoons in the main base against a double tank drop together with some vultures. One of the dropships of the Terran goes down, so a lot of these units will die. Scarlett theoretically can maybe even try to get the next dropship. Oh, that's a nice cleanup for the Protoss. Scarlett now taking a heavy supply advantage as well. But at the same time, ByuN is setting up at the natural, so he got here for basically free. Let's see how strong these 2 supply tanks really are.
Yeah, they're powerful. They pack a punch. High ground needs to be gotten with these little raids. Vultures not really participating in the fight, but a lot of Dragoons are going down. Reaver trying to move in position.
I think Scarlett needs to remake that shuttle. The Reavers seem awfully slow, so relatively useless without it. Yeah, there's a new one in production. She's getting charge as well.
I wonder if it clears the mines underneath. Probably does, right?
Yeah. Okay. ByuN's still poking forward. He still has 2 of those tanks sieged. The tanks look hella ugly, by the way.
Yeah. They did a good job porting the Brood War graphics into Starcraft.
Most viewers are gonna cringe because they love the Brood War graphics.
Yeah. Very late upgrades for both players, by the way. This is the first attack upgrade. This is extremely back and forth.
It is. The cannon in the natural is doing God's work for Scarlett.
Vultures.
Oh, she can drop the zealots on top of the tanks.
Oh, and then you might trigger the mines onto the tank.
Oh wow, that was smart. ByuN unsieged everything, but the mine splash killed the tank pretty much.
I think ByuN is planning on going back home, but he doesn't have a 3rd base. He really can't go home. 40 workers. Main is mined out. What's that? Academy? Interesting. That's such an interesting call here to build an academy.
That is such an interesting call. Is that just a supply depot?
I have no clue.
You need
what
it for the
does.
scan.
Oh, you need it for the scan? That was a good trick, no? I feel like ByuN, like the only thing he can do is just attack. Like there's nothing else that's left for him. He needs to kill a base.
The thing is, I don't know how well these units scale in numbers. Maybe he really wanted to regroup because extra units makes his army so much better. And it's also probably difficult, similar to SC2 mech, to actually move out.
True.
While being safe against run bys that try to cut your reinforcements. So now he bunched up his army together. The dropships are running forward and they are dying. The shuttle is dropping the Reavers on top of the tanks. They're getting good connections. One of the Reavers gets saved. This is looking fantastic for Scarlett as she's A-moving this army. And this was very committed from ByuN. He doesn't have a 3rd CC, while Scarlett is going up to 5 bases behind this. It's looking good for her so far.
Yeah, she's destroying. It was scary for her a little bit. It really felt like ByuN went up the bases so slowly. I think usually you go up to 3 bases as Terran, and then you just kind of sit there, you max out, then you kill the other dude. But ByuN tried it off 2 bases and didn't really end up working here. Now we have a Reaver drop once again coming in, and it feels like this is going to be kind of the nail in the coffin. I mean, it doesn't even really need to do damage, right?
I mean, she can A-move across the map, I'm fairly certain. ByuN has 3 tanks on the map right now. I like how hard they're trying though. This is just a match for fun, and
Yeah.
ByuN's trying to third love right now. This is basically how he plays in Starcraft 2 as well. The moment he gets behind, he sits there with his tanks, trying to turtle for the life of him, while doing harass damage. And he has adapted that playstyle for the Brood War Terran. It's just that 70 supply versus 170 looks a bit rough. A bit, just a tad.
Yeah, it's not looking great. Okay, here we go with a Templar Zealot and the Reaver drop. Like the damage of it, it also looks crazy. It looks scary, the storm. Oh, here comes a big Reaver shot. Single raid just attacking. I get some storms. Another Reaver here going into the third base. I mean, this game is uber over. Oh, the Templar died. The Reaver still
There it
active
is.
in the main. It looks sick, no?
It looks good.
Yeah. You can also F2 in this, which is really cool. So like all army just works. Of course, in Brood War that wasn't the case. Couldn't even really make control groups. I think past 12 couldn't have more than one building in it.
I had to play Brood War at when the remastered came out at BlizzCon. At some of the stages, I was hired for it, and I actually was just molding, trying to move my Zerglings from one side to the other. So I just made ultras always whenever I could, so I could move my actual army.
Stop. Only Zealot. I wonder if just Zealots are going to be enough here to finish the game. Probably not.
They are. No? 22 Zealots against 7 tanks.
Sasha's now moving in for, it seems to me like a final push. Dragoons, Zealots. I think there's an odd Templar in there as well, but we might not even see a storm. Okay, there we go. Top of the tanks, deal some damage, and ByuN surely at this point will have to tap out. Game number 1 goes to Scarlett, and that means that ByuN now gets to pick what he does.
So we've decided on the rule set.
Okay.
It's gonna be 2 Brood War lives, as I said before, and 1 Starcraft 2 lives, so it's actively a best of 5. And they can pick whatever Brood War races. So I'd imagine Scarlett would play Brood War Zerg maybe, if she loses one. But ByuN wanted to play the same, and he says he wants revenge. He's gonna win now. That's what he said in the lobby.
Really?
Fighting words filled with confidence from ByuN.
I don't think ByuN played this mod at all before.
Yeah.
ByuN
You
is-
can build a barracks without a depot.
Oh, what the hell? That's pretty crazy. That depot seems to be blocking the gas a little, no? And you can't lower it.
It's okay. As long as you mine with 3, this doesn't matter, because you lose efficiency anyways.
If it's like Brood War, it might actually optimize.
In Brood War, it is optimized.
I think there's like ways you can put your depots to optimize your gas mining. Also the way your SCV spawn and stuff. Not in this case, but it's at the bottom.
It's opening up with 2 gas. Again. Very StarCraft 2-esque build order. Ooh, Nexus first. Coming out of Scarlett.
You know what would be fun? If they play Brood War Toss against Starcraft 2 Terran, and then you instantly send over a probe, because the probe moves faster, right, from the Brood War races? And then you harass. It must be so annoying.
Also
you
because
can
it has long
outrun the
range.
SCV, and it has extra range.
Very true. Oh. That's a gnarly sound now. Of the
That's
Marine.
another. I really like the Vulture Spider Mine sound.
I don't know what
Whenever
it
they explode, I can't.
Make it the noise.
I can't make the noise as well.
Do it.
I'm sure we'll see it in a bit. Oh, he's small supply bro from ByuN. But
Absolutely the best.
It's good now already.
Cybercore, second gateway.
I'm surprised he's not pulling out of gas and taking an earlier second base.
Maybe you need a lot of gas for other stuff. Like the upgrade or something. He's gonna go for another Vulture drop, I can feel it.
I feel like whenever builds are not that tight, having like 10 seconds earlier drop is not as good as having extra economy.
I agree.
And I also feel like it's unlikely Scarlett was all in. But she's making 2 Zealots, maybe she's gonna try to run across. I can't imagine Zealots are good though against Vultures, right?
No, not against Vultures, but I think they're pretty powerful against Marines.
Oh, he's making tanks right away.
Maybe a tank drop?
Tank Marine?
But you need to research siege, right, for the tanks?
Okay,
I don't
so
know
this
if
is,
the mine upgrade is intentional or if he made a mistake.
Yeah, this seems weird.
he's one basing. So he's getting a. Is this a tech lab on the starport?
I was one tank for safety, and then... Okay, this is cool.
Oh yeah, no, this is actually quite normal. So yeah, now you make the vultures and push. This is like a actual real Brood War build.
ByuN. He really lied to us. He said he'd never played Brood War before, but he definitely has some clues.
So why did he make the add-on on the starport?
Because you need it for the dropship.
Oh, you need a tech lab for the dropship.
Mm.
That's something we should copy for Starcraft too.
This is a different world. Robotics facility on the way. It's the first move out.
What is the worker count at right now? I feel like Scarlett must be, yeah, it's 37 against 27. It's so good already.
This doesn't look like the greatest fight ever for ByuN. The Zealots are pretty tanky.
I feel like Dragoons get a buff by the fact that they now actually listen
Yeah.
and get microed properly. Because when the couple times I tried to play, they just wouldn't attack properly or move the way I want them to.
Bumping into each other the entire time. This went absolutely as bad as it could have for ByuN. Because he killed nothing but the two Zealots. Scarlett's eco is still intact. Here comes a double vulture drop into the main base, but there's a Dragoon ready already. More gateways now on the way.
It looks so bad already.
Yeah, it's
I think maybe the
really bad.
Dragoons are a little bit too strong early on, in comparison to how they are in Brood War. It also might be that Scarlett played this already and ByuN didn't. Hard to tell. Okay, here he drops with a couple of... This sound. This is the sound they burrow, and then when they shoot, it sounds somewhat similar. Well, we'll not get to hear it because Scarlett cleaned them up nicely with the Observer and the Dragoons in her own main base, and just like last game, I feel like ByuN needs to deal damage. TLO explained to us in between the games, by the way, that it is normal to expand slower as a Terran. You are supposed to be up in bases. But I'm not sure if it's supposed to be this drastic,
No,
the
no,
worker
it's-
difference.
Is it better than last game? It felt like last game Sasha stayed on two bases for so long.
Last game, the initial start was better, but once she cleared up the push, I think it was super over. Like the
Ooh.
time that ByuN actually tried to do something. Oh, that
That could
that
be
was
big.
not a proper wall. The vultures do run by, and he's spamming the mines. You can now obviously also rapid fire, which I'm not sure you were able to do in Brood War. He gets 7 workers already. That's a small win for ByuN. He's sacrificing a lot of vultures for it though.
I wonder if he still has any mines left over. I don't think so. Gonna get quite a few workers. This was good.
They're
And
so fast.
This was necessary as well. Freaking two-shotting workers is mental. That was actually really good.
Yeah, that was good. I hope he doesn't move out here. If he wants to have a chance, he needs to sit back and keep the harass up, I think. So much else he can do.
What's really crazy as well is that sometimes you don't see the mines when you're walking like this. If there's like 6 mines here, you can lose so much crap to it. It's actually insane. Observers always need to be in front of the army. Here comes another vulture run by. ByuN is controlling it well, sees the pylon walls, like, hey, this sucks. Can I do something about it? Tries to burst through it. It's not quite gonna work as Dragoons now show up. This third base is gonna be in a little bit of trouble as it's actually just gonna die straight up. Wow. Good hit back here out of Scarlett, who's already taking a 4th base. It's gonna be cruising to a comfortable eco lead. Oh, here come tanks. That's a lot of damage there quickly. Just gonna try sieging these bad boys up. Gets a little bit of damage at least.
Scarlett also double expanding. She's going up to 5 bases. Transitioning into charge, +1. Oh, the fleet beacon. Carriers used to be good as well, right?
Yeah, you can also use the recall unit.
Oh, what is this? A miss, really?
Big mistake. I like this though.
Yeah, the vulture run-bys are really good, especially since he knows the Dragoons are out of position and there, as I said before, there's no recall. There's no panic button, you're not in position, you're gonna lose stuff.
Yeah, cannon is definitely helping out here though, as the Zealots with the splash actually kill one vulture. Here comes the next Zealot. Let's go down. 9 workers though, it's not terrible. The problem is that it's also not enough. Tank count is growing rapidly. I think at some point we're going to need to see some type of anti-air coming out of ByuN, because indeed it is going to be the carrier that Scarlett will opt for.
So what do you build as turning as a Goliaths?
Yeah. Goliaths are very powerful as well. I was absolutely shocked how good mech units are in this game.
They're like mini Thors, basically? Or
Mm.
how can I... We had a Warhound at some point, right?
It's kind of like a Warhound, I think, just weaker. A weaker Warhound, right, Dario?
Well, they're pretty weak against ground, but against air, they're absolutely bonkers.
Yeah. It's so funny when you look at the supply, you see like 9 tanks or 8 tanks, and it's like only 100 supply because the tank is so little supply.
Yeah, crazy supply efficient in a tank for sure. And
Yeah.
hard to engage into anyways. I'm surprised by ByuN not upgrading at all his units though. He did that last game as well. I wonder if he thinks he just can't afford it.
Yeah, it's pretty much just 2-base pushing at this point, right?
Yeah. I mean, he did lose his third command center, so he's just trying to go now. But there's nothing that shoots air, right? The moment the carriers are gonna spawn. Theoretically, Scarlett could counterattack and just hold with the air units.
Yeah, and I think counter-attacking is very common as well, for like in this matchup in particular. As ByuN is just leapfrogging forward here. Slowly but surely he's gonna get there, but the carriers will be out already. And that is going to be an issue. A pretty big one. Ooh, did you see those shots?
Yeah,
It's huge.
That's crazy. He has one Wraith as anti-air. Which I think it shoots air, but...
Don't think he's gonna do the job here, Lambo.
Not sure about that either. As ByuN runs forward, he sieges up the tanks. He knows all of his units are gonna die eventually to the carrier, so he's trying to get some damage done with them, but it's just not happening. I feel like they would just lose to the Zealots even if they were by themselves at this point. As Scarlett gobbles up ByuN's army, ByuN calls GG, and it's a 2-0 for Scarlett's Brood War toss. As here we go, game 3. We got in the top left Scarlett's Brood War toss against ByuN's SC2 Terran this time. Scarlett sent a probe right away. And this is kind of what I have expected. Yeah, she's sending multiple probes. This is what I wanted to ask. Don't you actually just send 2 or 3 probes is what I wanted to ask. Because the probes are faster, they have 1 more range. So like you can hit the SCVs and then outrun them and then even hit other SCVs. It must be very annoying to deal with. So I like this a lot. You also lose more mining though than the Terran because the probes mine faster in order to balance things.
Okay, here we go. It's quite some damage on that first SCV.
Look at the probe, it's insane.
Yeah, the probe is insane.
The acceleration especially. It accelerates so fast.
That's -1.
Oh my.
That's -2.
Dude, it's insane. This is actually insane. Oh,
Whoa.
good drill there from ByuN.
Yeah, but also instantly popping out there out
Yeah.
of Scarlett. Very nice play. Just micro.
This is actually stupid. She can guide the SCVs. She's trying to at the very least. With the ramp, it's a lot harder because she doesn't have high ground vision. Whenever she goes up the ramp, she gets surprised, and then the reaction speed alone is not enough to save all of her probes.
That was one worker, and on top of that, ByuN also kind of continued. Like his barracks timing is very good here. His barracks didn't get delayed a whole lot. It's a little bit later with gas, so he can't just open up straight with a Reaper. Now Scarlett's going for a Zealot, no Nexus.
There's a Marine. I would have loved to see the Reaper, because yeah, just in general, I don't know how fast Dragoons are or how fast they spawn. But let's say Scarlett would have went for the Nexus right away. I feel like it would have been good. No Adept, no happy. Yeah, the Adepts are obviously annoying for Terran. It forces them very often to go for a high ground CC or to put a blind bunker on the low ground. I feel like without a ramp though, you should still be forced to make a bunker against potential Dragoons coming across. Although I guess you need a range upgrade with Dragoons.
Yeah. The Zealot is also just going to be an issue. Like it's popping across the map at a pretty high speed. It's going to get here. There's no factory unit available. Marine reaction time needs to be very good.
That looks so funny when he's walking.
The Zealot walks very confident, no?
He walks very confident. I mean, he's moving like a real human.
Yeah. You're like a speed walker a little bit, you know, like
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
older ladies that they go
Exactly.
speed walking in
That's
the
exactly what I was thinking as well.
Yeah.
Hey,
So-
ByuN forgot his sniper for a little bit. He's trying his hardest to micro and macro at the same time. It's not that easy. His CC still isn't finished. Now the 2 extra Marines will spawn and the Zealot will most likely... it will actually escape.
Please attempt. Yeah. Not so fun now, is it? Helene's gonna move across. What's there at home? I think we have 1 Dragoon, right? 2 Dragoons. There should be plenty to do with this car. It's going to be a mine drop follow-up for ByuN here. So just playing very standard.
He's supply blocked right now as well because the CC was so late. He didn't make the extra depot. Trying to save that money. So, did he go for only a single mine because of the supply block? He did, right? So I guess he's gonna drop 1 mine and 6 Marines.
Oh, that's actually a cool move. So we have the shuttle speed coming in, as well as our Reaver.
Do Brood Warrior workers have more HP?
The Terran one does.
SCVs, yeah.
It's
Like 65?
60.
60. Like crazy amounts.
65 would be crazy.
So do the Reaver...
Yeah, 60 isn't, but 65 that would be truly insane.
Do Reavers one-shot workers, Starcraft 2 workers?
Yes, everything. And it's like 100% splash. So everything that's in the splash dies.
So like a Widow Mine.
Yeah.
And but it doesn't one-shot Terran workers, right?
It
From
does.
Brood War.
A Reaver does 100.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
Oh, here comes the drop. 6 Marines. The 1 mine unloads. 1 Dragoon. Oh, it doesn't one-shot the Dragoon.
Oh!
Oh my God! Only 2 Marines survive. The Reaver gets the first shot off. I can't believe a Dragoon survives a Widow Mine. I don't think ByuN knew that either. And at the natural, he only gets a single worker as well. Can we check worker counts right now? Okay, it's about even though, which is bad, I would say, for the Brood War player because there are mules.
Yeah. Raven coming out right now. Here comes the Reaver drop. I think a Viking is necessary, and the split on the Marines is necessary. That was not the greatest pre-split. There's not that much left over here for ByuN, really.
I think he needs to go for a Viking. I'm surprised he went for a Raven instead.
Yeah, Viking is out. Maybe he thought it was going to be in time, but it wasn't quite. No recall, which probably means that this is going to end up dying. Oh!
3 more shots, but it takes so long to reload actually. Shuttle will get out. It's super fast. Okay, ByuN's gonna harass now. So he's trying to pull Scarlett out of position with a single Raven. The moment he sees the Reaver in the main and 2 Dragoons, he's gonna go at the front. He's sieging up 2 of his tanks, and that 3rd base is toast. I would be very surprised if Scarlett can somehow hold this. Let's see. Oh, the Dragoons are so tanky actually. They can tank 4 tank hits. That's insane. But a lot of the Dragoons are low HP now already. Scarlett doing a good job at clearing out some of these Marines before going for the actual engagement, but without Zealots to tank there, without anything else, it should be impossible to hold this base. And the base goes down, so we're looking at 2 base versus 2 base, which I still think favors the Terran here.
Yeah, the Mueller,
Yeah, the Mueller.
for sure. We have a 3rd barracks coming in. Combat shield should be on the way as well. I mean, I think the moment you have stim and combat shield on Marines, ooh, this should be big. Reaver coming in though, there's not a whole lot to defend. 4 more SCVs going down. Good target fire. It's so much damage.
I feel like you need a Viking there. Wherever the shuttle is, you need a Viking.
Yeah.
Maybe go double Viking even. Liberator coming into the main base now. Sieging up outside of cannon range. It's going to be annoying for Scarlett to clear this up.
1 Dragoon still there. Reaver coming in from the back. 2 tanks, the only thing that's left. Vikings not going to get the final shot off, as the Dragoons will clean up 1 out of the 2 tanks. Who's going into Stargate here? Very tech-heavy play out of Scarlett. As Liberator is going to get cleaned.
She's throwing a lot of gas as well. I'd imagine she would want Storm at some point. The Storm in Brood War I think is also stronger than the one in Starcraft 2.
Yeah.
In terms of DPS, so I would think that Storm is the normal transition here. I think this is just so annoying. The Liberator and the Ravens in between the bases on Golden Aura. She might just want to make 1 Corsair, I want to say, is what the unit is called.
Sure.
To clear that up. The Brood War Phoenix. I don't know.
Corsair, yeah, you're right. Ooh, Reaver ends up dying to these Marauders. Tanky boys. Third CC is halted. Raven finally goes down.
This is a more even match than I expected. We're looking at one of the best TVP players in the entire world playing against Brood War Protoss that has not practiced the SC Evo mod a whole lot, so the Brood War Protoss seems stronger than I anticipated, to be honest. I thought this would be more one-sided.
The Reaver just seems insane.
The Reaver seems insane, yeah.
Also the Dragoons.
The Dragoons seem great early game, especially.
Oh my god, there's so much damage. They boost away. No blink happening. Yeah, Dragoons with blink would be something. Also no recall, of course. Scarlett doesn't need to be in position. There's a Reaver there, there's a single Dragoon. And if the target fire here is good, I don't think ByuN can actually go in. It's gonna move across the map with a very small number of bio units and a good number of tanks. There's no medevacs with this quite yet, but 2 Vikings to help out in case a shuttle shows up. There's a lot of Dragoons plus Reaver plus Zealots in the main base. I'm kind of liking this push out here for ByuN.
He doesn't have that many medevacs with his army, so he needs to be careful. A lot of these tanks were not sieged up to begin with, but no Zealots here to jump on the army. That's a bad initial engagement for Scarlett. I think it's very hard for Brood War Protoss to split the army correctly, because you also don't have, like, if you see a medevac drop come into the main, it's not like you can't recall, as we said, but you also can't just warp in units.
Yeah, and you can't blink, so you can't really defend 2 bases at the time.
You need to pre-split.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing else you can do. And as a Terran, the medevacs in SC2, they can boost, so they're super fast. So your army can be with the army, basically at the same time as it also could be in the main base.
Yeah.
And Scarlett taps out GG. So game 4 here between ByuN and Scarlett. Scarlett actually picked Brood War random. So it was a random selection between the 3 Brood War races, and she got Protoss again. So we have the rematch of last game, which I think was the most competitive so far. Still, I would say it was relatively simple in the end for ByuN, but I think Scarlett made it quite interesting.
Yeah, the problem I have though is that I feel like if you look at that game, I think ByuN made more mistakes in the early game than Scarlett. Or some, like the initial Reaver shot killing 5 Marines, the delayed Viking. Watch your screen. They're sitting right next to each other. Okay, so it's gonna be scouted here, or at least it's shown that it is a Protoss versus Terran once more. And I think ByuN is already expecting the extra probes to come in. Instantly needs to pull 4 workers or so. It's gonna work around the ramp. Ooh, it's 5 probes this time around. They're increasing the number. We have another game after this, gonna be 6 or 7. As the first SCV goes down, nice control there out of Scarlett. ByuN tries to go for the surround, almost works. Still almost loses an SCV as well. This has to be so expensive for Protoss though.
It is super expensive. She also loses the mining faster than the Terran. Gets 2, still has all the probes alive. The range sometimes is insane on these.
Yeah.
When they start the zap while the other units are already retreating.
I think going in here is pretty crazy though. I don't think this should be viable. It's gonna keep 2 around. It's gonna lose 1. It's gonna kill 1 more SCV, but
She wants that one too.
I mean, she's gonna end up losing 2 workers, killing 3, and losing so much mining time on 5 probes.
Yeah, there's no way that was worth it.
Yeah, this is not viable.
Heading run by, gets a probe. Sarah already hurt from the early game. ByuN just says, okay, I'm gonna snipe those now too. Gets 2 workers with the Helling, also gets a full scout, so he knows what's up. I would be surprised if he doesn't just go for a Viking after the medevac.
Yeah, I mean, after getting this scout, yeah, it's gonna be Viking indeed, and that should make it much easier for him to defend the incoming Reaver drop. I also feel like that if the mine actually gets the burrow on top of the ramp and the 6 Marines get to unload, this could be trouble for Scarlett, especially if the Reaver isn't here. Having the Reaver at home when this happens might actually be a big help. She's gonna send it across anyway. Gonna get the 6 Marine drop, mine is gonna burrow, and yeah, this is trouble for Scarlett.
It is trouble for Scarlett. She only has 2 Dragoons. 1 Dragoon can tank one of the mine shots, but she's losing so much. 6 workers going down already, 8. He's now attacking with the probes. Tanks the mine shot with an extra probe, so 9 workers go down for Scarlett, and this time ByuN is ready. At his base, not splitting his units once again. The Reaver getting good shots off, kills a tank, kills a lot of the Marines, but this Reaver is gonna die no matter what here because the shuttle dies. The Zealot actually taking out the Marines as well at the same time. The Viking landing, kind of losing. He's like, nope, never mind, back in the air.
Oh!
Oh! 11 workers go down. Great counterattack from Scarlett, evening out the worker count. Now also killing the medevac. And the Observer is out, which means that the Widowmine will also get cleaned up. Still gets a shot off. 15 workers go down. Even worker count, which still does favor ByuN. But Scarlett making the best of a terrible start, I would say.
I think the first push is going to be pretty difficult to hold. Scarlett probably will need to kite a little bit. I really wonder how Dragoons trade against stim combat Marines when there's medevacs above. Like, do you need the tanks in order to beat them? How does that interaction
I think
work?
very bad, from judging from last game. I think that fight looked terrible for the Dragoons, even without the tanks. I don't think they scale that well. I think you get a couple early on and then you go into charge Storm. Would have been my approach, but Scarlett played Brood War way more than me, she probably knows better. And I've never played this mod before as well.
Good positioning here on those two Dragoons.
Yeah.
But ByuN also knows what he's doing. Look at that.
I would have thought that already was in range. I would have been afraid to fly there, as now here comes the double drop. This is a good map for drops in general. It's gonna be very annoying for Scarlett to hold. No warp in, no recall. She will need to block back here. She's probably gonna lose every single probe.
Do we not have stim yet?
Nope. I also thought Stim was done already.
Yeah.
Stim and +1 just now finishing. Same with combat shield, so a stimless drop for now.
If that had stim, that would have been even more detrimental. These medevacs need to move a little bit further away out of range. There we go. This is such a gnarly position because it can attack 3 bases at the same time, so you need units everywhere. Liberator's now going to show up as well. It's going to siege up and in range of Dragoons and will thus just get taken out. I think these two medevacs can force so many units. Oh my god, how many observers does she have? Is that like 5?
It's very slow as well.
It's very slow. There's a speed upgrade for it.
I love the sound that it makes.
Sounds like a missile turret, no? Doesn't this missile turret sound exactly the same in Brood War?
Similar, maybe. Well, we're gonna get our first real big move out. Good surround setup here. Scarlett actually could win this.
Depends on how good Dragoons are. The siege tanks are sieging up very, very late. She's getting on top of the siege tanks right away with the Dragoons, and fight is looking good for her. It's really not that much left over for ByuN. There's more Dragoons than ByuN units, which should favor Protoss. And yeah, overall good cleanup. Now she needs to defend that one pesky little medevac that has all the dead airspace in the world to work with on this map.
Yes, just loading, unloading, loading, unloading, and now we're gonna go to the final base, which you can hit. Scout is gonna show up. I don't think you want to target that down. I don't think there's enough time for that. Instead, just targeting as many workers as ByuN can is gonna be the perfect play. And the worker count relatively low right now for Scarlett.
It is. Is she tagging into anything?
Storm.
Storm, and that's it? Okay. So, do you also then Templar drop?
I heard that it's very powerful.
It is very powerful.
Broken almost is what I heard.
ByuN is getting Storm, Ghosts, so that's, I think, gonna be really broken too, right? Like, Ghosts have to be absolutely insane against Brood War Protoss.
Do they not have EMP actually in Brood War?
It's on the Science Vessel, which is like very clunky, and you can, it's kind of hard to pull off.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, EMPs are also broken in SC2 Protoss.
Yeah.
So, it's just general.
Nothing changed. Same old, same old. So this base is gonna get taken out. Meanwhile, ByuN is expanding on position to a new fort, or to a fort in general. It's actually really close. I'm surprised by it.
I guess Reavers would be good against Ghost.
Dark Archons, because they have feedback.
Dark Archons have feedback. Interesting.
They also have a spell that basically is a stasis, but you can still attack them, right?
Yeah, it's a giant biological stun. It's like a little larger than Storm, or maybe exactly the same size as Storm, so you could like do that and then put Storm on units.
It's crazy.
And does it have like a big wind-up animation? Or
No, it's instant and has insane range.
It's really sick.
What?
I couldn't believe that it was in the game.
What is in the shuttle of Scarlett? Is it the High Templars on the left? Oh, there's the Storm drops. 8 workers going down, also with 1 Zealot to clear up extra SCVs that end up with low HP, and here comes another Storm drop.
It looks so cool. That animation is so neat.
Is it actually better than SC2 one? It is, right?
Yeah, yeah. You have another drop. Is there DTs in there?
No, that's 2 salads.
Two
Okay.
zealots, 2 zealots, 2 high templars.
Okay.
It's necessary because the SCVs keep escaping with 1 HP, and you can't warp in extra units afterwards. Man, warping is so strong. Now that I watch this, just warping is missing, and now the ByuN unit is stimming forward. A lot of these dragoons are gonna go down on the retreat, and I'm not sure that if she has any high templars in position. Okay, there's a couple here, 3 high templars. There's 1 ghost. He sees the high templars now with a scan. EMP doesn't hit all of them. Good zoning storm.
Vikings in the, just make sure shuttles can't get in there. That general space. Ghost getting in position to EMP, I think it was. Whoa, there we go. All of these units are very low, but no storms really available. That means this base is gonna fall, and a lot of these workers are gonna fall. This is the most competitive game. It's a really sick one.
Yeah, it's a sick one. She's now gonna try to drop the high templars on top of the army of ByuN. The first storm is gonna go down. It's electricity raining from the sky. It's
So much damage.
Holy shit.
Holy crap, dude. That's insane.
Okay, so ByuN needs to add a couple more Vikings, I think.
Vikings and ghosts.
Yeah, if you have like 6 Vikings plus a ghost bio army, I feel like there's not much she can do unless maybe she also has Reavers with it or something. But
I think theoretically, Liberators would also be insane, right? Once you get the range.
yeah,
If you don't have Blink, that's a huge deal. So the transition needs to come from something into air, but I'm not even sure what you would get. This scout is now harassing ever so slowly. It takes a long time. You could probably out-repair that with a single SCV.
With it, yeah. Yeah. Are Brood War carriers better than SC2 carriers?
I think they are.
I think they were better on Brood War, but only because pathing was so bad. So I think against Starcraft 2, I think Brood War carriers are gonna suck.
Okay.
So Protoss will just suck overall afterwards, because the Ghost counters everything, kind of. As long as you zone out the shuttles with the Vikings.
Yeah, but I think you need to add Reavers, I guess.
Reavers. You could use some mind control, maybe.
Maelstrom.
Right,
Maelstrom.
Dark Archons. I really want to see. Let's see if Sasha will make a couple. That's a good storm to begin with. The High Templar is not perfectly split. Is that the last High Templars? Okay, there's one coming from the natural that also doesn't have storm, so there's no energy left. The charge looks so much worse now as well than in StarCraft 2 because they don't instantly connect; they just run a bit quicker.
Yeah. Just speed upgrade.
Yeah, I think the army just kind of sucks.
Wow.
GG.
This was a close game though. There
It
were
was
a
a
couple of
close game.
times. Yeah.
So game number 5 here on Oceanborn. It's just a normal StarCraft 2 game, except both players are off racing. Back to GSL Open Season 1 is what ByuN is saying, because he used to be a Protoss player that then switched to Terran.
Yeah.
Something that only him managed to do. I guess Euthermal also played Protoss at first.
Yeah.
We also saw it the other way around with Neeb, of course. Maybe Classic as well or something.
Classic used to be Terran very early on as well. Yeah.
Yeah. ByuN is... Oh no, Scarlett is actually eBay blocking. Scarlett played a bunch of Terran in the bootcamp already, and Scarlett is just generally off-racing a lot more than ByuN, so I would favor here. I would favor Scarlett here.
Whoa.
It is, however, Scarlett's weaker off-race by a lot.
So I was playing a really weird build order. 2 gas after eBay block is extremely rare. The most common thing to do is just to play Marine Factory from a gas first.
With CC on the high ground.
Um,
Oh, he tried
Yeah.
to make a zealot and forgot the pylon. Oh no, ByuN.
he can.
He's gonna have to go one base target now, no?
I could just expand to the 3rd.
Yeah, but it's already... I mean, he's gonna do that, but it's too late already, no?
Block it too.
Another eBay.
One more eBay.
This is such a disaster already. This is so bad.
It's gonna chrono the Stalker out.
So the way this usually is supposed to look like is the Protoss scouts it early and then pulls a couple extra workers and then kills it and then expands. Or if they scout it too late, you just instantly go to the 3rd and take a 3rd base.
That's all it drops.
Ah, yeah.
That's so sick.
There's no second chrono on the gateway, so the stalker can't hit the... What did he chrono? The
For upgrade
Nexus?
maybe? Yeah, I don't know.
I can tell you from this that ByuN
He's never played. Yeah.
hasn't played pros in a long time.
The last time probably actually was GSL season 1.
Yeah.
It's so funny. The way that he builds is also like an AI, you know? Like the where he puts it, all the tech kind of together. This is what you see in like Diamond replays. There's no walling at all. That's so funny. He just never plays it.
Yeah, this would have been a right replay to get for our Rambo series.
Yeah.
Imagine rank roulette and it turns out it's ByuN.
I mean, both pylons at the front, which means the Dark Shrine also had to be at the front. As scoutable as possible. Scarlett making 4 Cyclones. Okay, here comes the proxy pylon. If he moves out and pokes with the Stalkers, which is scary to do against 4 Cyclones, obviously, which he doesn't know that they exist, but...
So Scarlett just loses to the DT.
Yeah, there is a chance that Scarlett just loses.
Shoots with Mule.
She's gonna make a Raven, it's not gonna be in time.
Or Banshee. Could be if it's Banshee, that would be terrible.
There's one scan, but let's see how hard the greed is.
I don't think we think about that when we off race. Like, I just put the mules down
Same.
instantly.
She doesn't have a hotkey for the Mule. Oh no, I don't have a hotkey for the Mule.
That's Banshee. Hey, she might just be
Oh,
dead. Depends
no,
on the
no.
race of the depot. The depot race is gonna...
40 energy is good. The units are standing in a way that might block the DT.
Oh. Oh. Oh no.
Oh, that's really bad.
He gets in. Raven instantly starts, but that is a long way.
There's a lot of mining time loss. ByuN not macroing at all behind this. He's known for his multitasking, not the case with Protoss. He's floating 600 minerals. Just now he started pro production again. He also has 94 open supply. Am I seeing that correctly, or am I...
Just lost pilots, man. Let him be.
He's up 10 workers at this point. He's winning. The Raven's gonna pop out and kill the DT, but Scarlett's unit composition is not very good against Blink Stalkers to attack with. She won't have stim in a long time. She's now making a Banshee, which I think ByuN might think it's a Raven upgrade, you know? Because he saw the attack lab, he saw a Raven. He might think that it's a Raven upgrade. So that's one thing that could be going in Scarlett's favor, is that ByuN won't get a robo. Oh, yeah, already has one.
And also 2 batteries already, so the first Banshee is not going to do anything, and it's going to be super late as well. I think Scarlett's best bet probably was moving across the map right after she killed the DTs, because the Stalker count wasn't so high, and quite a few fighting units. Maybe then the Banshee can come in from the side at some point. But at this point, ByuN is moving across the map with the Stalker, so a move out is going to be practically impossible. There's DT here on the side as well, waiting to go in. Scarlett is looking for something, and all she's going to find is a bunch of Stalkers. I wonder if ByuN's going to blink forward.
Yeah, he should. He really should. He blinks, takes out 2 of the Cyclones right away. The Raven turned around there for a second. Good split fire there from ByuN. And now that we are in Starcraft 2, if you're out of position, you can't just recall.
Here we go. ByuN not yet responding. Now he will pull the probes away.
Might not have the recall hotkey.
He's looking for his observer.
Okay, he recalled it. Yeah.
And to the correct base at once as well, which is nice. It's barely not gonna get the Banshee.
Could have sieged that for the second shot.
Yeah. Oh. Banshee will die. Protoss. Oh, he's happy with the recall.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm always happy when I'm completely out of position and recall as well.
Oh, wait, is that Mac?
That is Meg.
The Mac never should be outmining anyone. So Stormdrop is gonna get a couple of kills here. Quite a few kills.
All of a sudden, ByuN had 12 workers. It completely flipped.
I don't know what his plan is though. He's flooding so much cash. Pure Zealot. And he's really gonna need a couple of Archons in here. Like Zealots by themselves, especially if there's mines or any amount of Hellbats, actually kind of suck. And then that's where the Archons can come in and help out. Gonna need a good setup if you want to do anything with Zealots most of the time. However, Scarlett is unsieged right now. That's not gonna be great.
He also has over 2k gas in the bank.
Yeah, so Archons really are the key. It's a Templar being warped in on a slope
That's
island.
a slow warp. I'm not sure if ByuN knows how to... No way!
full recall as well. Yeah. And this is great.
Maybe he doesn't know about the mechanic.
You can tell him all about it later. Oh my god, so many gateways though. Low on bases.
He knows for sure now it's mech, and he's still not making any robo units or stargates. It's just mass
Oh, this is an issue.
charge. He has 13 high Templars against mech.
Oh my god.
How is he gonna fight the army with the high Templars? Okay, now he's morphing them all into Archons.
I think you should just honestly leave the Templar at home and then go for a base trade. I think that's not a bad move. It's still so hard to push in as a mech player. You can have like some zoning storms when they try to siege up.
But you need to free skill your army. I guess you don't really have to do that very often as Terran either.
Well, if you play against Storm, you kind of have to. But I guess not in the same way. Like
yeah,
you're
but like
setting up a-
you need to actually surround.
Yeah.
Okay, the counterattack is the only call he can make here. There is no way he was ever going to engage it. There's 4 tanks at home. He can just surpass those, going straight towards the production of Scarlett, going straight towards the natural. Taking out a lot of stuff here. Scarlett's coming home with most of her army, which is already a win for ByuN. Not sure if his recall is still on cooldown, because he might not be able to get out here.
Oh, he recalled for the Banshees.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might still be cooled down right now. Cooling down. As, he does enter the main base. Yeah, base trading is so hard to deal with as a Terran player. You're gonna need some type of wall. You're gonna need, well, some tanks at home, and Scarlett didn't quite have that. Perhaps eventually this is gonna get cleaned up.
I think Scarlett also lost tanks in the middle or something, because her supply just dropped
Yeah,
insanely hard. Oh my god, dude. The DTs are cleaning up the tanks in the middle of the map. ByuN turns it around, and he looked completely dead on the other side, counterattacked it and won instantly.
Thank you so much for watching. We hope you all appreciated this content that we poured our heart and our souls into. And all you need to do now is hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment as well, and we'll see all of you next time for more high quality videos like the one you're currently watching. Thank you, and bye bye.